What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be previewing round 9, Port Adelaide versus North Melbourne, happening in Tasmania this weekend, Blundstone Arena at 1:40 p.m. It's going to be a game where this will test Port Adelaide's where they sit in terms of, can we put another side that's not going well, a bit of a West Coast like North Melbourne. There's been a bit of ridicule in the media, so North will definitely come out and have a big first 10 minutes or so because they've got something to prove. So it's how Port Adelaide respond. 8-day break coming into this one, and almost certainly should be a win, but anything can happen because it's Port Adelaide. So let's go straight to the preview and see exactly what I think might happen this weekend. So Blundstone Arena, I don't think we've played down there since 2014, 2014. So it's been a minute since we've played down in Tassie against North Melbourne. It's going to be an interesting game to see how that all pans out. So the cold, the wet, it could be wet conditions down there, might not suit us too well. But I'm definitely expecting another strong performance. We've got 3 wins on the trot, beating the Western Bulldogs last week. North Melbourne obviously going down in their game, which is unfortunate for them. But hey, you only can play who you play, and you only can beat who you can beat. So this is a week where that's going to be tested by Port Adelaide, sitting 11th on the ladder. North Melbourne obviously sitting 17th, and it's going to be strange. I think I have a very good feeling about this week, and I do think we should prevail. By how much is probably my question. Whether or not we have the mental edge to do a bit of what we did against West Coast and put them to the throat and actually win by 60, 70, 80 points and get our percentage up, because percentage is going to be crucial now. You know, we've got 12 games left in the year, 13 games, left in the year, and percentage is going to be crucial to be in contention for the 8. And I've figured out this, Port fans, you'll like this because I'm such an optimistic person. Richmond, if they lose to Hawthorn, and if Collingwood lose to the Western Bulldogs, and we manage to win by at least 10, 11 goals, there is a very good chance that percentage-wise, we could be sitting in the 8 by the end of this round, which to me is mayhem, is a credit to the club to turn this around, to Kenny and the boys. Not the situation we'd like to be in. 3 and 5 is obviously not a pass mark, but what I'm saying is, from the position we were in, 50 points down at halftime, whatever was said at halftime, 50 points down against Carlton, to turn that around, we haven't lost a game since then. So it's a very optimistic look at this season. I know it's still very bleak, and there's going to be a lot of fans that don't like that. And also the same for North Melbourne fans. They're going to be thinking, great, we're playing a Port Adelaide outfit that's in pretty good condition. And I think Blundstone Arena probably levels out a little bit more towards the North Melbourne way. But, we saw Geelong down there not too long ago. They won by 10 goals. And I think 10 goals is probably a pass mark for this weekend, in particular because of the situation we're in. Now comes to the question of selection. Now, this is probably the biggest one because we have a lot of players that are coming back from injury that are available, but they aren't. They are available for selection. I'm speaking of Dixon, Fantasia, Bergman, Farrell obviously back from HS protocols. And we do lose Jamont due to those HS protocols. And we also lose Riley Bonner, who has had a severely sprained ankle, which is a positive from what I was first expecting. I was actually thinking, maybe this is an Achilles or something a lot worse, and he has been in great condition on the field. So I'm glad that this has turned into a severely sprained ankle, which is the better news of it all. So who comes in? I think Lockie Jones, who was the sub last week, will probably come into the side as a full-time outfit. I think overall as well, what we'll see is Miles Bergman come in. He's been with a virus, but I think he flows back into the side as well, with Jamont coming out. Or you might see, maybe a Jackson Mead come back into the outfit. Kane Farrell could be a possibility. There's no SANFL this weekend, which makes selection a little bit more difficult because Fantasia and Dixon, obviously coming back from injury. Dixon playing last week, having 10 touches, 11 touches and a goal. Fantasia cleared the play, but no sample this week. For me, in my personal opinion on those two, I'm looking at putting Fantasia with a week off this week. Still give him some match prep at training, but then moving him into the SANFL next weekend. And the same with Dixon. A lot of match prep, another week in the sandful to get that touch up and about. I wouldn't be rushing them at all. And then against Essendon, our home game before the bye, I'll give them a run and then see how they pull up. Then they'll have a bye week off and they can relax. And then back into the year, they're back in the side. They're actually playing some good footy, and I reckon they can make a massive difference. Because in all honesty, the forward line with Finlayson, Georgiades and Marshall, while Georgiades is not in the greatest of nick, missing a lot of goals he should be kicking and not doing probably the way we'd like him to be. I think Marshall and Finlayson found their groove last week of how they want to work. Robbie Gray's in the side kicking goals. And I don't think Dixon makes our forward line as potent when it comes to the mix we have at the moment. I'm not saying that badly. I'm saying when we see Dixon, we kick to Dixon and we sort of neglect. It's like a child. It's like three kids in the family. You have the Dixon, who's the main, the youngest, well, the eldest actually. The eldest is, the key target. He's the famous one. He's making all the money, and then you got the two other children that kind of do their thing, but they're neglected. That's like our forward line, and it's such a shame that that's the case. And I'm glad in a way that Marshall and Finlayson have been able to showcase those different strengths they have, because it's a lot better seeing so many different options. And we can see last week, whilst we kicked bloody 6 points in the last quarter, should have been over 100 points again. And it's very much a promising aspect of our game, which we've needed to change. And taking a lot more marks inside 50. Yes, the Dogs had injuries last week, but coming into a North Melbourne side this week, they're going to be firing up. We've obviously heard the talks about Jason Horne-Francis, who's been missing for a little bit in his form, and his contract's obviously not up, but been put on hold, his talks. So give him a little bit of an audition to come to Port Adelaide. I know I've seen certain talks about, you should come to Port Adelaide, but you're going to give up 2 first-round draft picks and Zach Butters. Why am I paying overs for a bloke that's played 5 games of football? I'm just saying, he's got all the talent in the world and a lot of the promising aspects that come about him, but he's 18. The kid's 18. You don't know how he's going to pan out, and a lot of hype around him. So give him time. And if he wants to come to Port, he can. So we'll see. We'll wait and see on that one. But obviously, this is a massive game of football, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how it all pans out. Port fans, let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this week's game. Look, to be absolutely honest, there's not a lot to preview. It's a pretty straightforward game for Port Adelaide. Go to Blundstone Arena, get the win. The 4 points are crucial. Get the job done. If you win by 20, you win by 20. Win by 30, win by 30. But my attitude is you go there with a direction, winning by 10 goals, boost that percentage, and play hard, good footy. And we'll see how we go next week, which is a big test against Geelong. So 1 week at a time from here, Port fans, and that's how I'm looking at it, because any outfit to us at the moment is a threat, no matter who we play. And I think that's kind of the unpredictability I'd kind of like going into this year, because we've still got a good side, we've still got great players, and coming off some great form the last 3 weeks with an 8-day break will prove a lot, I think. So we'll see how we go against North. Thank you for watching, Port fans. As I said, let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this week's game. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content coming your way across the rest of the season. As you can see, I'm in my nice little work attire, and the preview is looking a little bit different as well. But thank you for all your support as of late, and enjoy the vlog from last week. Enjoy Pears on a Pod, the podcast with Dom Cassisi that's also out at the moment. And I'm looking forward to seeing you after, hopefully, a Port Adelaide win against North. My name's Anthony, and as always, come the pair.